With the release of Monster Hunter Wilds right around the corner now, I wanted to make a video to help hype you up for one part of the game that I'm most excited about, the new Insect Glaive. The bug stick has had a lot of changes going into Wild, but the reception has been, well, mixed to say the least. But there's a major part of the weapon that I haven't seen much discussion about, and it's this little legend right here. Yes, the Kinsect. It's half of the glaive's name, but it often gets overlooked. Alongside its aerial mobility, this buggy buddy is one of the most unique parts of the Insect Glaive, with a variety of different Kinsects to bring to a hunt and different ways to use them across the games. Wilds takes some of the best parts of the Kinsects from previous games, which might just make the Wilds Insect Glaive the best iteration of the weapon yet. Let's take a look into two ways players interact with a Kinsect, how it's used in battle, and build variety, like how you choose a Kinsect before a hunt. To best understand how to use your Kinsect in Wilds, let's quickly go over how they were used in previous Monster Hunter games. When the Insect Glaive was first introduced in Monster Hunter 4, controlling the Kinsect was pretty simple. In 4U and Generations, you could use the Harvest Extract attack to get your buffs and use it as a bit of a ranged attack. You could also mark the monster to better aim these Kinsect attacks. You could even charge the attack to make your Kinsect do more damage, but most players just use the Kinsects for the buffs. Generations Ultimate introduced Valor style. Once you enter Valor mode, your Kinsect would automatically attack alongside some of your strongest attacks. Between Valor mode and the new Bug Major Hunter art, you had more options to integrate Kinsect damage into your hunt. World returned to a simple Harvest Extract attack, but now with a lot better aiming. Instead, marking a monster caused your Kinsect to auto-attack, adding some damage over time and dropping status dust clouds to heal yourself up or build a little paralysis, poison or blast status on the monster. Iceborne improved the damage of the Kinsect, first by letting you feed slinger ammo to your bug to improve its damage, attack rate and stamina, and by introducing the absolutely sick descending thrust attack, which also causes the Kinsect to do a high damage drill attack and then marks the monster to trigger the auto attacks too. Rise and Sunbreak really stepped up the Kinsect game by giving them different types, which drastically changed how you used your buddy in a hunt. Assist Kinsects will attack alongside your strongest attacks when you have triple buff, much like GU's Valor mode. Powder Kinsects will auto-attack marked monster parts and leave dust clouds, much like World. And Speed Kinsects have a charge mechanic to do stronger ranged attacks, similar to 4th gen. Sunbreak added even more specialized moves, like the Kinsect Slash, which helped you get extracts mid-air, the Dust Cloud Powder Bomb, a big awakened Kinsect attack Silkbind move, and eventually a weapon deco to massively increase your Kinsect damage. And that brings us to Monster Hunter Wilds. The most exciting part of the Insect Glaive is that we know Wilds melds all the different styles of Kinsect attacks from the previous games, and lets you do it all with the same Kinsect. Charged extract attacks have returned, and even let you gather up to 3 extracts at once. There's a chance this might be a feature of the starting Kinsect, but we'll come back to that in a sec. Like in World, you can still mark monster parts for your Kinsect to auto-attack and leave dust clouds to build up status or healing. In Wild's new focus mode, your Kinsect attacks with you like in Rise and GU. Plus they also help gather extract from specific monster parts as well. And with triple buff, this lets your Kinsect attack faster and from further away. The fact that you can do everything is great, and lets you change the way you use your Kinsect mid-hunt. Sometimes you might want to deal a bit more range damage if the monster's out of reach, or charge the Kinsect to recollect your buffs, or maybe you want to build up poison or paralysis on the monster before swapping into focus mode to do a bit more damage. Being able to do so many things gives us way more choices and flexibility in a hunt, and also creates more skill expression when playing the game. One of my favourite parts of the Insect Glaive is how much build variety and choice you have when picking both a weapon and a Kinsect before a hunt. We've only seen a tiny slice of Wild's crafting menus, and we've already seen a couple of really enticing things. So let's take a look and hypothesize what the game might have here. Glaives have a Kinsect level stat, which probably upgrades your Kinsect level like in Rise. In Rise, instead of building or upgrading different Kinsects like the previous games, each Kinsect had its own type, ability, and stat allocation, which then scaled to the Kinsect level stat on a glaive. This probably means we'll have unique Kinsects to purchase or unlock, and they won't need to be upgraded separately for more materials. I'm glad we don't have a complicated or expensive feeding and involving flowchart again. This is probably a good thing. This makes maintaining different Kinsects a lot cheaper and gives you more flexibility to pick the right Kinsect for the hunt based on its stat spread and unique benefits. That said, the wording's a little bit strange here. Current hunting level? Something worth noting, both the blunt and severing Kinsects have an element section, but because the beta weapons also don't have an element, we can't really tell if this works like World, where you could customize each Kinsect's elements for the right materials, or if the Kinsect element is inherited from the weapon, like it was in Rise. That said, in Rise, only severing Kinsects did elemental damage, to sort of counter the strength of blunt Kinsects being able to stun monsters. However, it isn't super obvious that's how it works in Rise's stat screen, so maybe this does work the same and it's just much more explicit in Wilds. Here's the most exciting part though. Kinsects have a bonus, an Empower Kinsect ability and an Extract boost, which is starting to sound pretty similar to how bonuses worked in 4U and GU. In the 4th gen games, Kinsect had a Kinsect skill, which changed how the Kinsect itself worked, and an Extract skill, which improved or added to your Extract buffs. There was a lot of variety in these skills. Kinsect skills could include more than just stat changes. Higher rank bugs had skills which added things like faster charge attack, piercing attacks, or even adding additional stunning explosions every time it did a move. The Extract skills were also pretty exciting. Some improved the power or duration of your existing buffs, but others had new buffs like increased affinity, sharpness restoration, mind's eye, or even buffing your allies in the hunt. Rise and Sunbreak also had a lot of variety in Kinsect skills to change things up between Kinsects of the same type. If Wilds does the same thing, we'll see some pretty exciting stuff. I think I know what these might do, but I'd rather just wait to the full game to find out. That said, I love speculating about what these might have. Maybe we'll get something like improved focus attacks, or even the poison bomb explosion again. That would be great. But no matter what we do get, I'm just really hoping the choice feels really important. They kind of need to balance having fun new skills with also making sure the Kinsect can do a bunch of different things at the same time. But I'm sure they'll figure it out, and I'm excited to see what's really in Wilds. With that, happy hunting.